to be able to judge how to make your sprint. It's going to be very complicated. It really has thrown a spanner in the works for the organisation, and a sad end of the day here on the first day in Corsica. That is what has created the problem here at the finish line.
He's totally wedged under there at the moment because the actual banner's ripped through the air conditioning system, and he's stuck under there. They can't get the banner to move off the top of the bus.
The finish of today's stage of the Tour de France will be held at 3 kilometres to go. There is a photo finish there. That is going to be the point where they will cross the line to get the victory. But how can the riders figure that out? They've only had about 10 minutes to try and change their tactic. They've been looking at finishing on the finish front.
You can't finish at 3. There's a bend in the road.
Well, that's unfortunately the only way they're going to be able to do it.
Man,
well, we'll
dangerous.
find out. You can see that motorbike has come through. That's the direction of the race. They can't come round that bend and go under the 3 kilometre banner. Well, I feel sorry for the organisation. They're going to have to work it out pretty quickly now. So we're looking there at 3 kilometres to go. There's no way they can finish at that particular point. They might move it down the road along the beaches before they get to the 3 kilometre banner. But the organisation know the situation, and they're having to think on their feet right now. Well, as we speak, the bus is backing off the finishing line. Now what will they do? Because they might well get this away. They're getting it down the road, and they're trying to get it into an area where he can get it onto the beach. There it is. That is the escape route on the left of our picture for all the smaller vehicles. Now, will the bus be able to get down there behind our commentary box? If they do that, Paul, we can go back to business as usual.
Yeah, but how do the riders handle that, Phil? Because they've been told one thing, then they're being told another thing. In the final few minutes of a stage of 213 kilometres.
Oh, man!
Oh, massive pile-up.
Holy smokes.
Cavendish is there.
Cavendish on the left of our picture is involved in this one. He's not hurt, but he's riding away as the peloton race on. That was a big pile-up. Let's have a look at that again. It was one of Cavendish's teammates who was first to go down, and that's why Cavendish was involved. He was not too far away from him.
Peter Sagan is there as well. The big contenders for today's victory have gone down. Looking a little bit further back, this has caused chaos there. Sagan badly ripped up, and we're looking to see whether Andre Greipel is still here.
Greipel looking what has happened behind Cavendish's team. I can't see Greipel either at the moment.
I can see Greg Henderson. He's a third-place rider there.
Well, we've lost 2 of the top sprinters, and there's no way they can rejoin in time to win the stage today. And so we go back up to the front here now. Is Andre Greipel up here? Cavendish has gone. Down. Sagan has gone. There is Sagan, and he's got his rips on the left shoulder of his jersey.
Well, it's such a shame at an end of a race like this, and now we've got to see what the organisation is like. There's still a lot of riders in there from Argos Shimano.
Well, and the question is, where are we finishing the race? Because the bus, I think, is off the course now.
Yeah,
so we're racing back to the finishing line now. And the crash has taken out the 2 top sprinters in the same crash. They will not rejoin in time to contest the sprint.
There's a move on the right-hand side there coming from Movistar, and that will be for JJ Rojas, their big sprinter. Now it's complete and utter chaos at the front end of the peloton as Orica Greenedge have disappeared, and it's now the turn of Vacansoleil.
And because that crash has happened outside 3, Greipel standing on the roadside, the 3 top sprinters. Marcel Kittel now must be thinking it's his birthday, because I think he is still up in that lead group. And because they were outside 3 kilometres from the finish, those riders will lose time.
No, well, it's 3 kilometres to the 3 kilometre mark, so they will get the same time. What a complicated day in the sport of professional cycling here this afternoon. Don't forget that the first man to finish will be the yellow jersey. Movistar are in control at the front end of the main field.
And I'm not surprised now, because Rojas is now accelerated up to being one of the top sprinters left in this group. I'm pretty sure Marcel Kittel survived that shunt. He's still up here, and he is probably the fastest of the sprinters left in the peloton. Can he get it right? Because Matthew Goss is still up here as well.
Yeah, Matthew Goss just over there on the left-hand side. Argos Shimano, 1, 2, 3 in the white jerseys, got themselves very organised here with Kittel in 3rd position.
Some of these riders are looking around, not just for position, but wondering where on earth is Sagan, Greipel and Cavendish gone, because they crashed further down the group here. This is Argos Shimano getting control, so there's no doubt that Marcel Kittel is still in with the chance.
Well, there's the organisation around these corners. This is not the best place for the stage of the Tour de France to finish here this afternoon.
No, it is not, but they're safely around that corner, and the leaders dragging them out are from Argos Shimano here. As we line up now for the finish, and Kittel, it's a perfect sprint for Marcel Kittel if he is in a position to get it.
Yeah, but you know what? They've managed to get themselves through the 3 kilometre to go point. They will have taken the photo finish, but now they're alongside the seaside there at the point where they can now start to lead this sprint out. There'll be a lot of risks taken now, Phil, because these guys will be thinking it's a very rare opportunity to win a stage. Greg Henderson is in there. He's normally the lead-out man for Andre Greipel. Now, this could be a special day for him.
Well, the riders are throwing in. They're onto the beach road here now. The sea is on the right of our picture. The wind has completely dropped, so that's not a factor anymore here now. As they try to get through, Stegmans is also in on the act at the moment. But they're losing control of this race because they can't understand where are all the sprinters.
91, that is Alberto Contador. He's off the back, but Race Radio has already announced that they will be giving all of the riders involved in that accident the same time at the end of the day. This could be this because it happened at 3 kilometres before the 3 kilometre, which was told by the referees to be the finish of the race. But the race, I think now, can unroll quite normally towards the finishing line. What chaos!
Well, it is the way the Tour de France is. It's a live show, and it all started with the trapping of the Onica Green Edge Plus. But as this rider here has slipped away, as he races up towards the line, they're still trying to organise the sprint here, and they're still looking for everybody as Lotto continue to try and win this stage. But watch out for Henderson, because he could finish it off and get a good result as they start to race for the line here now. Peter Kenner, I think it is, just trying to get in on the actor for Sky as they come up on the inside. Everybody dashing for gaps on the line, but on the far right of the picture, it is going to be on the line. Marcel Kittel gets the victory. Well, it all fell in place for Argos Shimano. It's Kittel's second Tour de France. He didn't finish last year, but this year he starts with a win. Win number 12 of the year for him, and he gets a yellow jersey.
Well, Phil, that was probably one of the most chaotic Tour de France stages I've ever seen. Look at the man in the white jersey here. He's waiting. Lotto Belisol tried to sort it out for their lead-out man, Greg Henderson. But the big man from Germany starts to get the turbo whistling at this point, and all of a sudden he realises how important a day it's going to be for him. As he lunges for the line, he just looks under his shoulder there, bang, and he gets the victory he was looking for.